Morning, this is Brian. Today is Wednesday, August 7th, 2024, and I'm back at Mission Trails Regional Park here at the East Fortuna staging area. My goal today is actually to hike under the 52 and hit a few small hills in the area on what is part of Old Camp Elliott. So I'm going to start heading here on the Grasslands Crossing Trail. Then I'm going to go bank right and head under the 52. And we'll let this day begin. I say, nice, beautiful, lovely scene out here at Mission Trails. Mild and muggy out, I'll tell you that. That's why I'm trying to get stuff done early today. So I'm heading down this trail now. Could have gotten a slightly earlier start, but I did. After dropping off my coworker like I normally do, I ended up chopping it up for a while with another coworker for a little while, just chopping it up and talking on my coworker's break time. Comes in at 4, like I used to come in at 4. So I'm here. It's probably close to 7 right now. You got such good views of the hills, really good views from this staging area. So that's what I'm gonna do, is I'm gonna follow this, and at the junction I'm gonna turn right, similar to a hike I did back in October. Only thing is though, I'm gonna be going up into the hills and try to see if I can visit some of these smaller hills up that way. I can't even see them from here. One of them is actually named Benchmark. So we got hill, I think it's on Peak Bagger, they're listed as Elliott Hill 786, Elliott Hill 861, and then there's Apex Benchmark. Apex Benchmark is not much of a hill in the sense of it's got a nice big hilly prominence behind it, but it's where there's supposed to be a benchmark. So yeah, Hill 781, 861, and Apex Benchmark, which is kind of like a small knoll at the end of the ridge line, and it's going to be kind of an interesting out and back. So we'll see how this goes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go turn right at the junction. I'm going to head under the 52 like I did in my October 17th Mission Trails video and cross under the freeway. But then I'm going to start veering left up the hill on the left side and start heading towards those hills because they're going to be to the west. And we'll see how this goes today. Should be an interesting day. Nice, beautiful Fremont cottonwood right here. And then on this side, nice, beautiful red willow. So nice. So just about to head up to the junction. I'm going to make a right at the junction. We're still in the Grasslands crossing area, but just hooked that quick right and start heading towards the 52. There's an interesting hill right there too. It's not listed on Peak Bagger as far as I know, but it is listed on the topo maps. Hill 619 or 619. This is the elevation, 619 feet on the topos. Always kind of looking for ways to maybe get up there, but I think to get up to the actual summit of it means off trail, and it's not really a thing that's really appreciated here at Mission Trails. Ooh, we got some hedge nettles down there, some Stachys rigida. I think those might be variety quercitorum, because they kind of have a sprawling and then ascending bit to them. Those might be variety quercitorum. It's these things here, kind of sticking up. It might be Stachys rigida variety quercitorum. And you got Stachys rigida variety rigida, which is the more upright one. It's kind of hard to tell. I'm not going to go off trail to do that. All right, so let's see. So we're going to bank another right here. If we go this way, you can just get right to Father Junipero Serra, 5 miles. But again, I'm going to be going this way, going through this area again. It's like last time, back in October, passing to the 52. Yeah, I think that's Hill 619 right up there, if I remember correctly. There should be some power lines near it. Maybe that's just another nearby hill, but I think that is. Yeah, I love this little spot right here. Sycamores and willows. A few cottonwoods here and there. All right. Catch you on the next clip. Heading towards the good old 52. Got ourselves a little Audubon's cottontail again. Surprised how close I was able to get before that one scuttled off. We're just about to pass under the 52. So you can see here. And here as well. You can hear the traffic under here. So we're actually technically approaching the boundary of Mission Trails Regional Park. Okay. All right. Here we go under the 52. Yep. Just got the shade of the freeway for a few minutes. So I'm going to be going up the hills. It's going to be very sunny and exposed up there. Huh. There's a lot of rabbits out today. A lot of cottontails scuttling around. A few minutes I've been walking, I've already seen 4 of them at least. All right. So one thing just to keep aware of is just make sure you don't go on Camp Elliott, or not Camp Elliott, Miramar property. That's one thing I'm going to be watching out for. There's the fifth rabbit right there. That's the fifth one. A lot of them this morning. They're just everywhere today. These little guys are everywhere. All right. Okay, well, I'll start when I get towards the junction. I'll let you know. And we're going to start heading up into the hills. So we'll see how this goes. All right. So, should be coming up on the junction pretty soon. Like I said, if the legality of this is in question, in other words, if I see signs of stay out or whatever, I'm gonna do just that. I'm trying to think if this is the junction here. I think this is the one I'm supposed to take. Let me see. Or if I'm supposed to go a little further. Don't know yet. We'll see. That might be my trail right there. Interesting. I kind of have the feeling this is going to be a situation where it's probably not good to go up there. The hills are supposed to be up there. But I see a bunch of signs. Yeah, that's kind of a thing that's making me think that maybe this isn't the best idea. Let me see here. So this is where I went the first time. Went this way. Went up a little bit up that track there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go up this way for a little bit. Literally a finch convention over here. I think these are mostly house finches. Just a bunch of them flitting about. Let me see. So this might be just more of an exploratory video down here. Ooh, look at spiny redberry. It's a handsome shrub. Nice. Ooh. Some tarantula hawk wasp action today, too. Yeah, the fragrance out here with all the sycamore and stuff like that. It's very nice. Nice. Fragrances of the riparian sector. I guess I'll just keep on this for a while. Yeah, our hills are supposed to be up there. So somewhere. Looks like there's some construction going on over there. And I see some signage up there too. So I might not try to press my luck today. I'd rather just be smart and stay in a good place. That's very beautiful over here. Yeah, I see a fence up ahead too. So I think I'm probably just about at my turnaround point. Yeah, I see fences and gates, but I'll just follow it till I get to the gate, because it is very lovely down here. And the sad thing is, by the time this video's out, last week's hiking video will finally be out. Now, I just finished editing it last night. Today is Wednesday, the 7th of August. And I just finished last week's video from Thursday. I went out on Thursday instead of Wednesday. And it'll be uploaded after I finish this hike. It's edited, it's ready to upload, but uploading my very long videos always takes a long time. Editing my videos always takes a long, well, uploading them too, uploading them on YouTube, because my videos are so long. Alright, so I guess that's my turnaround point for there. I'm going to take a little side trail for a few minutes. Yeah, nice coastal sage scrub here. I was looking up towards Quai Pai Peak over there. Right up there is Quai Pai. So I guess I'll probably stay away from trying to climb the hills up here. Look at that beautiful laurel sumac. There are a lot of awesome specimens of laurel sumac around here. That is a beauty. You can see all the fruits are developing on it too. Very, very nice looking specimen. I did an ode video to laurel sumac in the area. Another cottontail just scuttled by. Yeah, I did an ode video to a really nice thicket of laurel sumac down there where that junction was. They're very, very nice specimens of it. Especially when they grow in these lower bottomlands and troughs and stuff like that. They can get very large. The reason why I'm always spending a lot of time talking about laurel sumac is it is an absolutely thrilling plant. So I'm just gonna go follow this little use trail for a short distance until I get towards that sign over there. So at least vary up the scenery a little bit. Oh, a rented. There's one scuttling around in this buckwheat. Yeah, I can see one scuttling in that buckwheat. Those are wren tits. Can't really see them too well. They are not easy birds to see. Extremely easy to hear. You hear them all the time. As you can hear right now. A lot of little use trails around here. So I'm just going to follow this up until that fence and then turn around. I'm assuming it's probably private property and I'm not willing to trespass. I am not willing to trespass. Yeah. Not willing to do that. So I'm definitely deciding not to do all that. Ooh, there's a tarantula hawk wasp. Those things are all over the place. So yeah, I'm deciding not to get myself caught up in any situations, trespassing and stuff. I try to be a law-abiding citizen. Well, look at that. the tarantula hawk wasp is on the move. So yeah, so I'm just gonna head back. I'm just gonna take this scenic trail here for now. I was really not paying attention because my clips cut out usually after about 8.5 minutes. The camera will shut off. I was in the middle of yapping, talking about plants and stuff, so not exactly 100% sure where I left off. So I tried to review it a little bit and estimating where I left off. So heading down this way now. I'm starting to head more towards the southish, heading back, but I'm taking this little single track here just to explore a little bit. There's a nice little patch of coastal sage scrub here too. Nice stuff going on here. Yeah, our California sagebrush is pretty dormant right now. We're in the dry season. Well, after the last couple rainy seasons, these plants had a lot going on. A lot of lush green verdants. Yeah, it's too bad about those hills. I was really hoping to get up to a couple of those today. I was thinking it was going to happen. But like I said, I'm not going to go crossing fences and stuff like that to do that. That's not happening. Look at this spiny red berry here. Here's a handsome one. Still full of those red fruits. Look at that. Beautiful. Such a handsome plant. Very handsome shrub. That'd make a great plant to grow in your garden. Very nice plant to grow. It's kind of a shame about these hills, though. Look, it's so tempting to get up into the hills. But like I said, breaking the law is not worth it. It's not worth breaking the law. There are a lot of people I read on trip reports about trying to stay low so the hikers don't get caught by property owners. It's not worth looking over your shoulder. Some of them might be pretty crazy. A, and B, you can get arrested. You could get arrested for trespassing, or at the very least trespassed, maybe cited. It's not worth it. In my opinion, it's not worth it. It is not worth getting in trouble. Yes, there are so many awesome hills, peaks, and mountains out there that are just, you look at them, you think, oh, I gotta get up there, I gotta get up there. But as dedicated as I am often to climbing peaks, I'm also dedicated to not getting in trouble while doing it. Or at least not legal trouble. Again, I just don't think it's worth possibly getting a charge for doing that. So I'm going to take this little single track, little use trail here back to this little meadow here. And there's the 52. And it's looking towards Quai Pai Peak over there. And then look over towards Powell's Peak and Coles Mountain. So maybe I'll explore just a little bit more towards the other side. So I guess I'll be staying off the peaks again today. Kind of hoping to get some kind of hill climb in today. I don't know what's going on, maybe some kind of construction work. It says shoulder work ahead on the roads. I noticed that. This is a very nice canyon. Spring Canyon is very nice. I'm pretty sure that's what this is, the name of this canyon. Oak Canyon's nearby. That's over by the other side of the hills over that way. And it cuts under the 52 as well into Mission Trails. In fact, Oak Canyon is one of the hiking routes to get to the Fortuna Mountain region. which is not visible from this side because of these hills here. The hills I would have hiked would be up here on this side. That's a very beautiful canyon. It's kind of a low, kind of a shallow kind of depression in the hills. Still very scenic. I got a lot of cottontails out today. They're just out in full force, which is cool. It's always nice to see animals while hiking. I'm all for it. These might have actually been some of the same ones I saw on the way out. Yeah. All the coastal sage scrub up here. And then down here we got that riparian stuff. Royal willow, Gooding's black willow, California sycamore, toyon, mule fat, baccharis, other baccharis species. Another tarantula hawk wasp. Whoa, a little too close for comfort there. They're not, I've never had one act aggressive. I've had one or two act kind of curious. The last time I was at Mission Trail. Oh, hello, buddy. That's definitely a Audubon's with the black tipped ears. Wow. Hello, little buddy. Look at that. Those things are awesome. Alright. I guess I'll go take a few pictures around here. Let's see. Oh yeah, I'm gonna go shoot a few photos. Alright, let's see. All these multi-trunk sycamores. So cool looking. Very colorful bark peeling. Very handsome. These handsome trees here. Yeah, like I said, the laurel sumacs down in these canyon and valley bottoms seem to get much larger. Look at this one here. This laurel sumac's pretty big too. Yeah, there's some pretty big ones here. Love it. They can grow in some of the driest areas out here in the coastal sage scrub. And then sometimes you'll find them underneath sycamore trees in riparian corridors. It's interesting. Those plants are incredibly drought tolerant. Incredibly drought tolerant. Very resilient shrubs, laurel sumacs. Just absolutely incredible how resilient Melasma laurina is. Here's an interesting looking lemonade berry. Here's a Rus integrifolia right here with some quite large leaves. It's got some pretty decent sized leaves. I was almost going to think maybe slight hybridization with Rus ovata, sugar bush, but I don't see enough evidence to substantiate that, at least visual evidence. Again, my knowledge is visual as opposed to down to the molecular level. But it is interesting, nevertheless. There's good old Powell's Peak. I've only been up there once. That's the only peak at Mission Trails I've only visited once. I've been on Quai 3 times. North Fortuna, I've been up there twice. I've been on South Fortuna 3 times. I've been on Coles Mountain technically 3 times. Well, on 2 different occasions, because the time I did go to Powell's Peak, I had to re-summit Coles on the way back out. So technically I've summited Coles 3 times, but on 2 different trips. Yeah, Powell's is the only peak I've been on only once. The only named peak I've been on once. Because there's another peak between Powell's to the north and Coles to the south. It's an unnamed peak, and it's got a little fenced-in viewpoint. Some people refer to it as Powell's Viewpoint. It's the peak in between Coles and Powell's, but it's actually supposed to be slightly higher than Powell's Peak. Just a little bit higher. Maybe anywhere from 1 to 39 feet higher, because it's between 1,380 and 1,420 feet in elevation. And Powell's is 1,379, so it's, again, 40-foot closed contour on the topos. Means it could be only 1 foot higher, or it could be 39 feet higher. Or no, I should say 41 feet higher. 1 foot or 41 feet higher. I guess my math is not mathing today. Yeah. There's a nice big Goodings willow over there. Look at that. That's a nice rounded specimen. Yeah, we're back in Mission Trails right now, technically. Right there. That's a nice, handsome Goodings willow. Nice broad crown tree. And its leaves are obliquely lit by the sun, making it kind of giving off a golden green kind of vibe. Yeah. Maybe what I'll do is I'll try to get up to Hill 619, or at least the highest portion on the trail part of it. Because like I said, I really enjoy being here at Mission Trails, and I want to be respectful. So maybe I'll climb up most of the way to Hill 619. Or at least as far as I can go without bushwhacking off trail, which is something I kind of don't like doing here in these little regional parks. Alright, well, let's see. Let's go hike under the shade. I was going to say hade for some reason. Hike under the shade of these sycamores. Enjoy these beautiful leafy overseers of the land. Alright, well, so let's see if I can navigate my way over towards the Hill 619 area. At least get some type of elevation climbing in. Alright. Guess I'll see you on the next clip, because I guess when I get to the junction, I'm going to go ahead and bear right again. Start heading towards the Oak Canyon area. And we'll see how this goes. Alright, so I'm back at the junction. This is where I came. And that's where I'll be heading back. So I'm going to go head this way. So like I said, let's see if I can get up to that hill or something. At least get some kind of hill climbing in. At least get some kind of elevation gain in before the day turns too hot. Alright, let's see. Alright, so I'm going to branch off to the right here. This is the North Fortuna Perimeter Trail. I'm going to go ahead and bust off over here to the right. So we're heading up this way. So you can take this around the back side of North Fortuna, right near the 52. There are some hills around there too. So let's see how this goes. Probably get some elevation gain in today. Alright, well, let's see what pops up. Looks like we're coming to another junction already. Almost like a road. Let's see. Intuition's telling me turn right. I'm gonna go up, heading up this way. Maybe that's not the hill. Might be. I think that is. Alright. So we're gonna head over that rise right there. And we'll see how this goes. Alright, well, let's see how this goes. Keep you updated as I climb up these hills. Alright, now I've crested this hill. I think that's actually it right there. That should be actually Hill 619. Right there. Alright. So I gotta get up there. It's either that one or the one next to it. That's up in that area there. So let's see how this goes. Yeah. I remember the imagery on Google Earth is where there's a bunch of telephone wires and stuff. So that should be it up there. So start heading up that way and I'll keep you updated. Alright, looks like I'm coming up on a junction here. I'm going to be heading right to continue on the North Fortuna Perimeter Trail. Heading towards the 52. So yeah, my goal is to get up there. It's not a huge amount of elevation, but on this very sticky morning, boy, I am sweating insanely right now. Probably been worse if I didn't cut my hair last night. All right. So, just keep making my way up there. After that, it's going to be turn around and head back. Get home, getting some air conditioning. Alright, see what I find along the way on this one. Be some new territory for me here at Mission Trails. Be able to see some new stuff today. Alright. Very nice over here. Very nice. pretty nice. All right, I'll catch you on the next clip. Head towards that low saddle right there. Okay. Okay, I'm here at the rise now. Oh, another Audubon's cottontail. Sheesh. A lot of these guys today. Alright. I'm trying to think which one of these is going to be it. I'm going to head up here to the top of this hill. Let's see. Head up to the top of this rise here. It is humid today. Not gonna lie. Starting to get some chaparral plants popping up here. I think this is the area. Yeah, this is the Hill 619 area, right up here. The actual high point is a little bit over there, yonder, but I'm not gonna go all the way over there. Looks like there's some cryptobiotic soil here, and I'm not gonna bother, so I guess I'll call it a trail summit here. So this should be Hill 619, and I'm right up here on it. Let's see what's over here. Like I said, I'm not gonna go breaking trail here. We'll follow this up to about here, up to that fence right there, and I'm going to call this a semi-summit, I guess. So this is Hill 619. Call this a trail summit. There's actually a little trail around there. Actually a trail here, so I'm gonna go kick it over here. So here we are, Hill 619. Again, I'm not gonna go cross country to bushwhack and do that. I'm gonna stay here on trail. In fact, of course, it's very plainly said to stay off that area. So, Hill 619. Always wanted to come up to this area. I'm just going to call it a summit here on the trail. This is as high as you can legally go. All right, pretty cool. I'm gonna go finish sipping on my water and then I'll point out whatever views I can point out. There are a lot of other hills in the area and some higher terrain, but let's see. I'll catch up with you momentarily after I wipe the sweat off my forehead. So I'm here on Hill 619. So the highest point is in the sage scrub over here. This is actually still technically coastal sage scrub, even though it looks like chaparral because it's so tall and thick, but this is still coastal sage scrub. A lot of black sage over here. A lot of Salvia mellifera. A lot of it up here. The fragrance of it's really nice right now. But I'm gonna go ahead and try to point out some of the views that I can point out from what I can see. I actually have to walk around this area a little bit. If we're kind of looking west or west-southwest, you can kind of see the top of North Fortuna Mountain right there. Right up there. Fortuna Saddle's in the behind the brush there. South Fortuna is over there. You can see the ridge in the background as we're looking more towards the southwest. Now swinging it more toward the south, you can see Quaipai, Powell's Peak, and I can barely see the antennae on Coles Mountain, but I can't really see the summit of it. Looking southeast, looking into my now home city of Santee, I can see the 125, the California 125, and the California 52 as I swing it now towards the east. In the haze, very hard to see now, is El Cajon Mountain way off in the haze there. As I look more towards the northeast, I think those were some of the hills I was supposed to hike. I believe that's Apex Benchmark right there. I think that was one of the ones I wanted to hike. I think that might be Elliott Hill 781. One of those back there is going to be Elliott Hill 861. Those are the ones I was intending to hike today. But just with our construction equipment and stuff like that, I don't know if I would get chased off or something, and I didn't want to take that chance. And then now more towards the north, that's all part of, behind the 52 there is all part of Miramar Marine Corps Air Station. So yeah, it is very, very muggy today, I will not lie. But, ooh, still very worthy to get out here. Now we got some Saltroparis minimus action, little bush tits. Such jovial little birds. They are so fun to watch. They're so tiny. They are such tiny birds too. They are so fun to watch. I just totally enjoy their little happy vibes as they're cheeping and flitting about in the shrubs. It's the simple things like that that put me in a good state of mind. Alright, so now we're getting down from this is the power line right away. I'll just go head up here and just take a look and see what's good over here. Yeah, it's still mostly coastal sage scrub, but we are starting to get a few chaparral species. Saw a couple of Ceanothus tomentosus popping up. But yeah, this is not quite true chaparral yet, despite how thick and dense it is over here. It looks like chaparral, but this is still coastal sage scrub. And that's looking down towards Oak Canyon. That's Oak Canyon right there. That's Oak Canyon. I came out of Spring Canyon to get up here. So I hiked a different part there. So I hiked in Spring Canyon. This is Oak Canyon over here, down here. So some of those boulders there. So there, right down there, that's the Fortuna Saddle Trail, cutting its way up towards Fortuna Saddle up there. That right there is a power line right-of-way you can actually use to get up to there. What you could do is you can go up one and down the other, or vice versa. Fortuna Saddle Trail is pretty steep. You're going to want to take your time on that one. I promise you that right now. You're going to want to take your time on the Fortuna Saddle Trail. That one's steep. That's a pretty steep one. And that power line right away looks even steeper. I know there's a big elevation gain from where it branches off from the Fortuna Saddle Trail to get to that curve right there. It's a very steep climb, it looks like. I've never done that one. I've gone up that way to hike up to Fortuna Saddle and in the Fortunas. But I think the next time I go up towards Fortuna Saddle from this direction, I think I'm going to take the power line one just to the power line right away to beat up there, just to vary the scenery. Either one way or both ways. Just to vary up the scenery a little bit. But yeah, we do get some nice views, some pretty nice views here into Oak Canyon. Probably going to go down there by these power lines and take a look and see if I can get a slightly less obstructed view. But yeah, that's Oak Canyon. Been in that area a few times. I've also approached the Fortunas from Soycott Valley too, which is actually on the other side of the ridge. The Fortunas, there's a valley called Soycott Valley. Really, really nice over there too. Some beautiful scenery out there. There's even a pond called Shepherd Pond. And last time I did North and South Fortuna, I did it from Tierra Santa. The Tierra Santa one of the Tierra Santa entrances on Corte de Playa Catalina, and there's some beautiful scenery out there too. So I'm just gonna go take a look around here for a minute. I'm gonna return this way, get me back to the perimeter trail, but I'm not quite ready to head back yet. I kind of want to look at some scenery here. And Hill 619, nice hill. I couldn't actually get to the highest point of it because it would mean going off into habitat restoration, and if the sign says keep out, you keep out. Well, that's just my look on it. I'm gonna go head over here and I'll catch up with you. Alright, so I had to take a few pictures here. Yeah, that's the Fortuna Saddle Trail right there. That goes up towards Fortuna Saddle. Yeah, we got a little bit better view of Oak Canyon. And we're starting to get more chaparral on this side because I see some common chamise popping up. Some common chamise, more Ceanothus tomentosus. So yeah, this is more chaparral on this side. There's sycamore trees down there. There's California sycamores. Yeah, this is a very scenic viewpoint right here. Very scenic viewpoint. Might not be able to see quite as much of the lower depths of Oak Canyon because of the gentleness of the slope on this side, but you get a really grandstand view of the Fortuna ridgeline, and it's just absolutely stunning. Just the viewpoint here. Look at these little gullies on the side of the hill. Get some very beautiful micro details too. And that's what I like. I like looking at the big picture, and I like looking at the micro details. All that just paints such a beautiful picture, a beautiful tapestry of scenic loveliness. It's just so beautiful here. Absolutely stunning. So if you're ever on the North Fortuna Perimeter Trail, come up by this hill. If you can, just if you make the time, if you can make the time, come over here, just look at these viewpoints. Now, if I were to try to get up to the Fortunas today, I would have wanted to start in the dark, especially because it is. I mean, it's not really hot outside, but it is very muggy, very, very sticky. Oh, there is a breeze right now. Yeah. But yeah, a lot of these monsoonal look like some of these look like altostratus clouds. These are mid-level clouds that we get during the summertime when the humid moisture comes up from the Gulf of Mexico, or Gulf of California. Gulf of Mexico is where Texas and Florida and stuff are located. But yeah, the Gulf of California brings up our summer monsoons mostly in our mountains and deserts, and sometimes they bleed over here too. Sometimes they bleed over the mountains. Because I did my hike last Thursday, and we had some monsoon clouds like this in the morning. Only it was a little more. It was a little bit more of it than it is this morning. And then I did my hike early on. It was on Thursday. I did my hike on Thursday. Came home, rested during the afternoon, and then in the late afternoon, early evening is when there were some rumbles of thunder and a few raindrops. So we do occasionally get them bleeding over from the desert side of the mountains. Yeah. Oh, look at this. Cardolanthus rigidus subspecies setigerus. Oops. Oh, yeah, it's called bird's beak. Bird's beak. See that a lot on the side of trails. Pretty gentle plants, so just be careful when you touch them. Pretty gentle. All right. So I'm going to head back up to this rise. Just start making my way back. That's very beautiful. This is a very nice, mature, older stand of coastal sage scrub that hasn't been thrashed or burnt or destroyed for a while. Well, I think I see some native deer grass up there too. That brownish green grass. That looks like deer grass. I think that's Muhlenbergia regions, I believe. I think that's what that is. Can't get close enough to see it, but I think that's what it is. That's a native grass, if that is what that is. That's a California native grass. Like most of this brown stuff here. All right. I'm going to start heading back. Start working my way back to the East Fortuna staging area. I'm just going to head around here. All right. Down the grasslands area down there. North Fortuna Mountain, South Fortuna Mountain. Not where I'm going today. If I were to do that, I'd start much earlier. I'm just going to come back the way I came. Right here on this Hill 619. Again, this hill's not even listed, to my recollection, not even listed on Peak Bagger. I mean, you can't really legally access the summit. You'd be bushwhacking. And not planning on doing that, but I did get to the trail summit, so close enough. Close enough for me. Time to start heading down. And away I go. See you on the next clip. More updates. Hopefully some more interesting finds. And some good scenery. Alright, so we are back to descending the North Fortuna Perimeter Trail. I'll have a nice little uphill when I get back down to that junction. When I get down to that junction, I got a bare left to head back and also remain here on the Fortuna Perimeter Trail. And then we'll be heading back towards Spring Canyon. Very nice canyon. All right. It's starting to warm up, so I gotta make sure I get my behind moving a little bit. But most of the rest of this should be pretty easy hiking back. Be able to make up some good time. What I love about hills, you get a nice little workout going, get some scenery. You've got hills, a lot of times you also have canyons and valleys, so that's also another thing. Complex topography is very interesting. I love hilly, mountainous places. You never live in a place where it's flat for miles upon miles upon miles upon miles all around. Living in some of the flatter states in the central U.S., some of the flatter areas there, I probably wouldn't feel so much at home because there's just no mountainous terrain to scale. All right, so it's going to go wind its way back down. And I'll see you on the next clip for more updates. Alright, so I'm just about to rejoin the junction. The junction should be coming up pretty soon. Actually, probably within a half a minute or so, maybe a minute or so. And then I gotta go ascend this over here. Yeah, these last 15 minutes have been very peaceful. Feels good to have a breeze blowing too. And there's my hill up there. That's pretty cool up there. It's beautiful coastal sage scrub up there. And on the other side there's some chaparral. I think this heads over towards Junipero Serra. East Fortuna at 0.8 miles. So I must have come already 0.8 miles because from the last sign up there on the hill it said 1.6. So that 0.8 went by pretty fast. Now it's time for a little bit of a climb, and there's going to be a bit of a decent dip after this. It's interesting, all these grasslands over here. Probably at least 95% of this is non-native grass, but all these bright green shrubs, they're all baccaris. The ones over here are all basically broom baccaris, but there might be coyote brush sprinkled in too. So at least we have some native stuff kicking in. Nice views too. Mission Gorge area where Father Junipero Trail cuts through. And then the other side of Quai Pai is Mission Gorge Road. Alright, crest this small hill here. And then on the way downhill after that. We've got a non-native saltbush here. This is Australian saltbush. This is Atriplex semibacata. We do have several native Atriplex species here in Southern California, which range from anywhere from annuals to shrubs. This is a non-native perennial prostrate plant. In other words, lays, kind of sprawls out on the ground. And it gets its name for its fruit, which kind of look like half berries, semibacata. Might not be able to see them too well, but little reddish things are kind of shaped like half berries. It's called semibacata. Australian saltbush here at Mission Trails. Alright, I'm making some pretty good progress. Go ahead under towards that riparian corridor there. Yep, can't even see the hill from here now. You see that hill that I originally thought was Hill 619, but I think that hill's like 590 feet or something like that. I don't even know if that one has a topo elevation point on it. But yeah, I'm gonna head through that riparian section over there. A lot of interesting hills around here. And my goal was to get on the other side and get up some of those hills on the other side of the 52. That's heading over towards Father Junipero, which is a pretty short distance. If you turn right at the junction coming up, that'll take you right through a very delightful riparian section before you get back out on the paved Father Junipero Trail / road. Very nice over there. Did a walk from that side over to about here back in late May. Nice short, I think it was not even a mile and a half total hiking, and just a nice relaxed pace walk through the area. Alright, well, here's the junction here. Originally went this way to start heading towards 52. So now we are definitely bottoming out. I've been slipping a lot today on that. Bottoming out here in Spring Canyon. So yeah, I remember seeing that sign there. That's originally where I went to get under the 52. I was going to try to hit Apex Benchmark, Elliott Hill 781, and Elliott Hill 861. But I guess that's off limits as far as I could tell. Alright, well, see you up the way with some final updates. Alright, so we're just about in the riparian section here in Lower Spring Canyon. Cottonwoods. Just love that fluttering sound that cottonwood leaves make when they're flapping in the breeze. Listen to that. Such a great sound. Populus fremontii, subspecies fremontii, Fremont cottonwood. Nice chunk of it around here. One thing about Mission Trails, there's some areas where there's just a lot, lots and lots and lots of these Fremont cottonwoods. Beautiful spring canyon. Of course, not to forget to mention, Fremont cottonwoods relatives, the willows. This specifically being red willow. So I've grown a couple. Ooh, look at the fence lizard. Hey, buddy. Look at you, buddy. Handsome. Very handsome lizard. It's just a very relaxing vibe through here. Very peaceful, relaxing, mellow. It's a feel-good vibe. So we're taking the very easy, mostly flat trail back to the car. Nice. Ooh, there's a nice healthy toy on. Nice one. Yeah. It's a very peaceful part right here. I like this. Got another fence lizard over here. Oh, a couple of them actually. These were a little shyer than that first lizard. So is this next one coming up. I'm coming near. Ah, these ones are shyer. Oh, here we go. Oh, these guys are a little shyer today. These lizards are shyer. That first one just stood up there. Here's another not so. Here's this one. Yeah, a little shy. Oh well. Kind of had to gun it through an area of high bee concentration. As one person was coming up, I saw her standing there, looking contemplative. I was just thinking maybe she's taking a break or whatever. And as I was starting to get closer, I saw why she stopped. There was just a big cloud of bees by the buckwheats. So she booked it through. I stood there for a minute thinking about it, and then I don't know, I just went and I did the same thing. I booked it through. Woo boy. All right. Should be back pretty soon. Staging area I think is gonna be up that way if I remember correctly. Should be up that way. Came back a little bit differently. I remember one time I tried to cross this. There was water flowing right through here during the rainy season. The area is very wet. We're just about back at the staging area. Parking area should be just up here. Looks like there's a lot of construction equipment. So I got to go home and actually upload last week's video. I just really worked on it very slowly. Very slowly. Heat warning. Yeah, that's why I start early. This is why I start my hikes kind of early. Not as early as usual. Well, not as early as the last couple weeks. Started a little bit earlier because my friend I pick up, bring to work, didn't need a ride those last 2 weeks, so I actually left even earlier. And we go to work at 6, so I drop my friend off at 6. And then I go from there to the hiking trail. All right, let's see. I think I'm parked over here. I'm going over here somewhere, I believe. I think I'm in here somewhere. Actually, that might be closer to the road. All right. Actually, got to kind of look around a little bit to see. Guess I'm over there. Guess I'm over this way. All right. Figure it out. All right. I'm just about back at my car. Except they got little horse pens over here. Ooh, the Coast Live Oaks. This one's got acorns all in it. This one's got a gang of acorns. Ooh, look at that. This one is absolutely covered in acorns right now. That is sick. I love it. What about this guy? Yeah, this one too, apparently. This has got a lot of acorns too. Beautiful. These trees are not hard to germinate either. They're not hard to germinate from seed. Coast Live Oaks, they are not hard to germinate. They sure are fun though, I'll tell you that. This one doesn't seem to have acorn action going on. This one doesn't seem to have any at all. Oh no, I see some immature female flowers, which turn into acorns. What about this little guy? Yeah, this one's got quite a few too. This one's got a lot of acorns. Look at that. That is dope. Very cool. Yeah, this one's got a ton of acorns. Yeah. Oaks are so fun. They really are. Well, looks like this is going to wrap it up for me. Back here at my car. After another satisfying day on the trail. Getting these early starts during this part of summer, which is getting pretty crazy if you ask me. And just going to keep this up until the weather cools down. Maybe I'll start getting some longer day hikes in. But well, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you enjoyed coming along with me through Spring Canyon and up towards Hill 619. Enjoyed some good views of Oak Canyon as well. And I'll see you on the next video. Maybe next week, hopefully.